Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse, where Mom is very, very, very tired today. Didn't get home from class until midnight-ish, and the dogs made me get up at 5 in the morning. Not you guys, not you guys. You didn't make me get up at 5. It had nothing to do with wanting to come here and play Star Trek. It was all the dogs. It's entirely possible that when we're done here, I'm going back to bed. Muted mic. No, my mic is working. That's weird. You can't hear me? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm looking at the mic volumes and they're looking fine, but first thing in the morning, sometimes things are just like, we're not going to work. Let's see if I can turn these in. Ooh, I can redeem particle fragments. I shall get myself an engineering person. Oh, you only get one per day? Oh, that's not fun. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't start up working. I notice when people come in, sometimes it takes a few moments before the mics catch up. Which does bring us to the possibility of maybe I should just STFU until everything wakes up in the morning like me. But that's not happening. Oh, goodness, I have 3 Lucari TFOs on Advanced or Elite. Say it with me! Reroll. That is so not happening. That is so not happening today. Kinetic damage in space. We can do that a lot better. Defeat captains on the ground and undine ships in the battle zone. Well, if we're doing kinetic, let's go get a tune that can do kinetic. For that matter, she can do ground pretty well, too. What do we need for ground? 2 captains. Yeah, I'm also super tired, so I probably am not enunciating well. Two captains on the ground. Where shall we go for those? It's only 2. We'll go to Nimbus. So it's a long drive home from class on Monday nights. It's a long drive to class on Monday and Wednesday nights. Call it 3 hours each way. And for reasons, it was a really late night last night. And I stopped about an hour after leaving, got myself an extremely large tea. And I was still maybe 40 minutes from home, and I realized I wasn't going to make it. So pulled into my second normal coffee stop, got in there, and the water wasn't working in there. So no fountain drinks, no coffee, no anything that required water. Also meant that their kitchen was down, so no cookies, because this is a place that makes good cookies. I was not happy, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to go hunting for some place for cookies and coffee at 11:40 at night. I'll just go home. But I will tell you, that was a long, long drive. Seems like I'm having game stability issues this morning, or it's my connection, can't tell. Um, I'm not having game issues today, which is atypical because most mornings I do have stability issues. But they did come out and work on our connections here in this community, so maybe it's gotten better. I haven't really noticed a difference for a while. Good morning, Kris.
Howdy, howdy. Sorry, I just lost track of time. I
That's
was actually
okay.
field testing my level.
It's no problem at all. I am just completely out of it, so this will be a very low energy show for a while.
That's alright.
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
Morning. Hi.
There we go.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. And well, it says I'm moving. I'm not moving.
Oh, you're not moving in game, but it says you're moving in game.
Uh, no, I've got full impulse going. Well, full throttle going. I've turned my ship. Oh, there it goes. Server not responding.
Yeah,
I have
that's
to
There's your
get some.
answer.
That is the same kind of connection problem I've been having, so I'm going to assume it's the game.
Okay.
Mine
Oh,
does.
goody.
I was
It's been
doing
a while
well.
since we haven't had an issue.
Oh,
Yes.
I just kicked.
Yeah, I'm in where I'm just locked on a screen. I'm at 89%. I'm just sitting there. Sometimes I have to threaten the
Yeah.
computer. Sometimes I have to
What do you
log out and
threaten her
log
with?
in. Oh,
Hammer?
I will
Baseball
go over
bat?
to Control Alt Delete and hit Task Manager and be like, I can hit End Task. The computer's like, whoa.
Oh my
It's like,
god, you're
no.
pulling out the big guns, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was me, and that's one of the reasons I got the drive, the hard drive and the hard drive for the most part, changed out thinking it was that, and it was to an extent, but I'm still having this issue. So I don't think this is me.
No, it's the server's been acting up. Yesterday I had some lag as well after the game, after the show, I mean.
Good
'Cause I
morning,
stayed
3
for a bit
Commander
longer.
Salad.
It's been all over the place,
Okay.
sadly.
Yep. Hang on. It's Alt Delete time. There it goes. I told you. I hit Control Alt Delete and went, okay, we'll go to 91%. We'll think about it. It's still right
What,
here.
what? What's that 91%?
My loading screen.
Oh.
Yeah, she got hit with a fast load and then said like, "Oh, we're gonna slog through the swamp."
And it's the only thing
No,
that's
I can't
sucking
touch
up
my
space.
screen or my mouse when it's doing the loading screen. Otherwise, it's gonna like gray out and Windows will pop up. Oh, do you want to close this? Because it seems to be not responding. And I'm like, no, it's loading. Just don't do anything.
Okay.
Windows is just overreactive, I think, a little bit.
And there it goes. Yeah. I went over to hit the button. It goes 100%. We're at 100%. You don't have to turn us off now.
Yep. I don't know why they can't make the game to not look like it's hanging or like it's unoperative or not responding.
Well,
But you
my
know,
current thought is they're working so hard to get players back into the game, which is great. I'm glad that they are, but this is a this is a problem that needs to be like #1 on the priority
they are not
list.
gonna get people
It
back
needs
if
to be
the game is
addressed.
in a technical shambles. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell are they thinking?
No,
I mean, that's nice and dandy that they're working to restore
I don't
player
know that they
base.
are. I hope they are. I hope that's high on the list.
I mean, it seems like it, but like, I don't see that happening on the technical side because
I
the game's
don't see it either.
been active on
And it's doing it again, so
in the server department. Yeah.
it needs to be a higher priority. Well,
What are they thinking?
I don't know. Maybe it is a high
The
priority. Maybe
horror.
they're working on it behind the scenes and not talking about it because it's not an easy fix. And once they open up the, we're working on this. You get the constant. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet?
I'd say it's
Yeah,
not
there
high
are
enough on
people
the
who
list
are
of
like
priorities.
that. I would be like that,
Oh,
but I understand because I actually started to go to college
mm-hmm.
to do game development. So I do an ooh, who got the jellyfish?
Yeah, that was a present. It was a gift from
I'm
Defleet.
jealous. Oh, I'm jealous. I'd like to have it. I'd never use it.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those showpieces that I just want. But I haven't seen the jellyfish since uh game launch.
Oh, Taz, not Taz.
Eh,
Taz helped me build it. The guys in the fleet, specifically Sav and Ed, gave it to me as a gift for Mother's Day about the year it came out.
What's
And
the
then
layout on this?
for the ship,
Yeah,
uh,
5.2 or
4.2.
5.3? 4.2.
Yeah.
So it's like a spearhead kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been worse.
Oh, it's actually
Yeah.
a fun little ship. Boy, this is just super laggy. Every time I go to do it, it just is not going.
yeah,
Be a good ship to
I keep
pull out the
getting server not responding.
protons.
Hey, I'm gonna log out and log right back in, so just bear with me. I'm gonna put this on be right back. So if you're out there in Twitch, you're not gonna hear anything, but you guys are gonna hear something. Okay, let's see if we can make this work now.
I don't have any server lag, so maybe it's on the US
It
side.
could be. It seems to be across the board here. It's just every change in scene just stops.
Huh.
Now we're back. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. It's like when I used to leave the baseball bat near the printer, where the printer could see it. Thank you very much.
Honestly. That's a funny thing, is like back in like maybe I don't remember that, but it's been in tales and folk tales, let's say, that in the past 50, 60 years, whenever you had a TV that malfunctioned, you either need to slap it on the side or bring a hammer next to it.
It's
And
called
it's,
percussive maintenance.
you know.
And it is efficient. I'll be
And
right back. I need
strangely
a cup of
enough, yes,
coffee.
it works.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, I guess I'm going to do that one then.
What are you doing on Nimbus?
I have 2 captains. I figured I'd just be here for those.
Yeah. Wow, I got all the space stuff. What ships? 5 of them. Destroy destructible torpedoes.
I
Is
have
that
Undine and
6?
kinetic damage, but I figured since I was waiting for people to wake up here.
And hull space to repair in
Oh, that's not
space.
what I wanted. That one.
That's pretty straightforward.
I figure I'll just go over to the stronghold and see if I can knock off 2 of the captains. Hopefully nobody's got it. I see that Forged in Fire is the universal, so we'll probably tackle that tonight if anybody wants to do that one.
Yeah, you do that. I'll ignore its existence. Meanwhile,
It's pretty basic. It has its moments. Oh, they're all up here too.
well, from
Can't
what we
move.
swapped with, and I'm not saying I love the previous one. I still think they've dumbed it down to a point of like being very boring and repetitive. But
Well, there's things in there that are fun. If you've got a team that really wants to get all the captives, getting all 20 captives requires some teamwork. But it's just such. It's got a lot of the old one where it's just constant fire and it's very hard to focus and keep moving ahead.
yeah, to me, it's just the best part I like is when I can press the button to leave the map. That's the best part for me. And it's leave map button. I'm like, oh yay, my favorite part's up. Yeah, let's press that bad boy and get the hell out of here.
Let's get one more done here.
I'm curious whether they're gonna bring any notable ships this year overall.
I saw some chitter chatter, but it's only chitter chatter among players about what they'd like to see. And I keep going,
What did you see?
oh,
Here.
ships I don't know. It's not hidden
Oh.
stuff. It's just over in Star Trek Online. You can look at some of the discussions going on. Because people always talk about what they'd like.
Oh.
And I'm like,
So nothing notable that you.
No, and nothing official, just, what people want to see.
No, I'm just talking about the people what are talking about because I'm just curious. But what's the general demand? Because honestly, we've exhausted most of the real notable
Yeah.
stuff. I mean,
These are ships I
sure,
have no idea.
that's
No, stay away from my people. Go away. There's people who came in here. Don't do that.
well, there's only one
Swarmy.
hero ship that we're missing because it was recently introduced.
Which one?
The Academy class. I'm expecting that to be some playable form
That
at
could
some
be.
point. Because it's a hero ship, whether you like it or whether you like the show or not. It's
Oh, the ship's
it's
fine.
like I think I said many times I do like the 32nd century aesthetic, so I would be pleased to have that in my roster. But yeah, I'm wondering what else can they bring in because they've run out of TNG era ships. Honestly, I mean I'm sure there's some gimmicky stuff that was in one episode or two that they can find out. Maybe the extended game universe because I remember that they said that they got an agreement they can bring ships from other games from Star Trek as long as they don't use physical models, so they
Right.
would need
They
to build
have.
them from scratch from reference material rather
Right.
than just using
Hmm.
existing assets. So I'm sure that there's some stuff that they can bring from there.
I just keep coming back to. We have plenty of ships in the game at the moment. How about we cut back on the number of new ships and do other things to bring the
Yeah,
game
but
back up to speed.
what
And
can you bring into the game that actually makes the economy go, as in brings in the money to the game?
well, at this point, it's not going to be more ships because we're kind of exhausting them. Good morning, Zizmer, who says, "Give us the whale probe." I'd take that one. I would probably spend money on that
Oh
one.
my god.
That would be fun.
Oh well, pro, my goodness.
All right, you said you have Vothies?
Only 5 of them, so honestly I just can do whatever.
Well, I have some Undine in the battle zone, so we could go over to the battle zone and tackle all that together. Admiral would. Oh, you're
Sure.
Klingon. I can't invite you to the party if you're. Maybe I can. Nope, can't invite you. Cliff, did you want to join us? Oh, Cliff's not here officially yet. Well,
Officially.
shall we go over to the Undine battle zone / Voth battle zone?
I'm already in the
Oh, well,
this allied sphere zone, so I'm just wondering which to go first.
I'm on my way over there. Hey, let me jump over to Space Undine because if that's going, it might have the Voth thing going. We could get yours real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump the two.
Okay. I have kinetic damage.
No, there's still Undine's
Okay, how far along are they?
phase.
There we go.
The map is pretty much red in
Oh,
full, so
are
it's.
there any other maps there?
I'm gonna check the other
Okay.
instance because it's got 14 players. This one's got 5. So I was today's years old when I realized to which extent has the destruction gone in. Oh my god, this one's only half done, so I don't
Why don't
know
we
what they're gonna
tackle
do.
the Voth first then?
Right.
And then we'll
Just
go over to the one that's got like 14 and help them out a little bit.
so I saw to which extent my city's been demolished to drill those stupid tunnels
Oh.
underneath. The one I was talking about. I
Yes.
saw someone make a compilation of drone footage,
Oh.
deliberately following the routes above
Uh-huh.
the tunnels, and it looked pretty bad. Like I had no idea that it was to this extent. Like holes drilled throughout the city in the ground to a point like it's like, oh, you see someone's backyard and there's like a big concrete hole drilled in it, and I'm like, this looks bad. I'm like, I didn't expect it to be to this. The exact city center, the most used to be busy part of the traffic from
Mm-hmm.
north to south, completely cut out from traffic, completely demolished. There's a huge gap in the city center. Like, oh my god, it just looks so bad. And what's worse is that they recently just broke the contract with one of the developer companies that were
Chris,
working on
I'm
this, the
going up
construction
to the
companies.
like 1 o'clock position. There's a mini thing called Targets of Opportunity that will give us 5 ships.
I'm following. We
Okay.
should go. So this looks so bad. Like the city was just starting to look better
Yeah. This.
after the 90s when it was completely neglected by previous by people that were in power in the city. We have city presidents, you have city mayors. It's kind of the equivalent. Um, and well, yeah, basically it looks worse than in the 90s right now, which is so sad. I haven't been to the city center because I have no business going there in a while. But like, wow, I had no idea. Oh, done.
Okay. I do have 5 Undine ships in the battle zone. If you would like to join me over there,
Yeah, I have destructible torpedoes, so I might actually get that done there as
okay.
well.
I'll meet you over there in just a sec.
Just how do I get?
I just beam out and
Oh,
beam back in.
yeah, just warp out, warp back in.
Yeah, I think every time that a city gets a project done, they immediately turn around, let people enjoy it for about 5 minutes.
That's the thing. It's not a city project.
What is it?
City didn't want. I mean, city had nothing to say about it
Oh.
because it's done on a country state level kind of thing. It's an investment that's combined 2 of our train stations, and it's our main train company that is literally just a national company project that they want to combine these stations by also building stations within the city that will allow people to get in, get out, so they can move about the city and the country easier. It's supposed to be like a huge hub of transitioning
Let's
between
go to the other
different.
map because this one, if we're going to try and get
Yeah,
destructibles, might be a
this
little too
one's about
busy.
to be finished. Yeah. The other one's got only 3 players, so they haven't done much progress, I'm sure.
They're up to 5 players now. Woo.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks absolutely abysmal. And there's like half of this is halted because of the breach of contract, which resulted in that contract being completely broken and now nulled and void. So like half of the stuff isn't moving for like past I don't know year. It's all like with still water in it, rust,
Wow.
dust, leaves, crap. It looks pretty bad. I had no idea, and that's like 2 months old footage. So it was like from March. No, actually month old footage. It's just like mid March. I'm like, wow.
Well, as I'm driving to school yesterday,
I did like the footage of the drones though.
Obi-Wan, my pockets are perfectly clean. There's absolutely no excessive stuff in my pockets here. Not
You
one
go
bit.
to the
I've got
middle, by
5
the way.
whole empty slots. And yes, I will clean that. Thank you. Good morning.
You go to the middle because there's more stuff happening. I
Okay.
hate the singularity section.
On my way to the
'Cause
middle.
there's nothing going. So you were saying?
So I was driving to class yesterday, and of course it is not fall, winter, or spring, so it's construction season, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And it's construction, but I'm going in the evening, so they're pretty much done with it for the day, which gets me past a lot of the issues of roads being closed or down to 1 lane. And it's going to be the last time I go for a while because we basically lost our lease at this school and we have no place to go. So,
Right. So your classes are not going to be happening because you have no place to go.
yeah,
Like physically no place to
yeah.
meet.
Yeah, we might meet in the park, but we have no building to go to. We were gifted the space for a decade, no rent,
Oh
no
wow.
nothing. So we're not in a position to complain too much,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's one of those now we're scrambling to go, but. And I had planned to just finish out this year because I probably won't get another black belt out of it. And my grip strength is dropping, and, okay, maybe it's time to hang this particular sport up for a while. But it's like, I didn't want it to go this way. So I'm a little depressed today. But the good news is I only now have to go out there for fun and good pizza. And I don't have to deal with traffic.
That's good. And
Yeah.
you'll be losing much sleep in the evening.
Yeah, but these are people who've been with me through a lot of bad stuff, and I've been with them through a lot of bad stuff.
Hey, you're not losing them. You're just maybe temporarily losing the opportunity to get together more often than you would like to.
And the weird thing
You
is,
still
we have
stay
a
in
baby
touch.
shower we had just started planning for one of the masters.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So now we're like, oh, great, where are we going to do the baby shower? We're going to have to actually rent space. So a lot of
That's
scrambling
more
to figure
fun
out
to
plans.
figure out what's it gonna look like. Whether there's gonna be a theme or whatever.
Well, since I'm in charge of planning it, the theme is going to be, hey, we're going to give you presents. The new mom isn't going. She, she doesn't live there. She lives out of town with her husband. Her husband's our master. And so we're going to throw him the baby shower.
Oh,
So
that's awkward.
it'll be fun. He's got a good sense of humor.
No, that's good.
And he knows we're doing it. This is
It's
with
not a
his knowledge.
surprise kind of
Hello.
thing.
Right. Good morning,
Good.
Wotzehell. Oh, I have my 5
Hello.
ships, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for one destructible torpedo and I'm done.
One more torpedo, please.
Yeah. Please fire it at me.
Do you want
I'm killing
fries
them
with
too
that?
fast. What?
Do you want fries with that?
Your torpedo.
Yes, please, but no ketchup. I prefer them just plain salted fries.
No, 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 no. If you're going to do fries, you have to do some cheese curds and beef gravy.
Ew, why would you want gravy in your fries?
You've
What
never
is
had
wrong with you
poutine.
people?
I cannot tell you the fact that gravy on fries is disgusting, except when it's poutine, and they've done the
That
fries
sounds that
right.
sounds vile. I mean the name. It sounds like a very bad sex-based term.
It's
No,
Canadian.
it's French, so it sounds like not even like a curse word because their curse words sound like poetry, but it just sounds vile. Ugh.
It's so good.
You know which word I'm talking about?
Poutine?
Yeah.
What's wrong with poutine?
No, the French has
Sounds
another
like
word
another
that's very
verb.
similar.
They
Yeah.
do? I'm sorry, I don't do French.
Putain, which is a swear word.
Ah, yeah, I don't do French.
I don't do French as well, but I've known one enough to know that this is a swear word.
Well, in the Quebecois, from whence it comes, because it's really not French, it is Canadian, but it's pronounced poutine, as in put in. But of
I
course,
will not
being
put anything in. Thank you so much.
oh man, oh, I have to.
No, wet fries sounds repulsive.
Well, if you
Ooh.
do it right, you don't cook the fries so badly that they get wet. You do the fries like in duck fat, so they stay crispy, and the contrapuntal nature of the crispy fries, the soft gravy, and the chewy cheese curds is just oh so good.
You don't want to see my face right now. Mm.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, it's like,
Mm.
and then I started eating it. It's like, so there's kind of a trick. You need to eat it before the French fries get wet, because that
Well,
is.
that's the thing. I don't like to speed up my eating.
Well, I will never
I
make
don't
you
want to
eat it.
hurry
I
up.
will absolutely happily eat your share of the world's Putin.
Fine by me. I'm not ordering them ever.
So
I prefer standard fries. Actually, which is gonna sound funny. You hate at McDonald's because your McDonald's is ugh.
disgusting.
But our McDonald's is actually pretty decent, and fries are probably the best thing we ever get from McDonald's.
Mhm.
I mean, our like burgers are still like if you run a test on them, they're still beef, and it's not trace amounts. It's actually beef inside of it, so it's not as bad. Chicken's pretty decent as well. But like, yeah, fries are probably the best thing, and then like, there's my guilty pleasure because I have a small McDonald's right nearby where I live, and I sometimes just get some fries from them because they're just so crunchy. They're always good,
Oh,
and they're
God, no.
pretty
Ugh.
decent,
McDonald's
crunchy.
fries are pathetic.
Yum.
And they're considered to be
I
good.
mean,
I mean, we have no standards here. Where did you go?
I know in the U.S. I'm above you.
So
I
where
didn't go
did you
anywhere.
get your last torpedo?
No, they didn't fire a single one that I could destroy. I'm going to another point because this is ridiculous. I just don't know where to
Let's
go.
go hit another point. Let's go hit the I'm following you.
Okay.
Just go.
Maybe the donut's gonna have one.
It could be.
Not a donut, it's
So the place that's got the best fries is a little restaurant in I want to say it's St. Charles. No, it's Geneva, Illinois, because they do their fries in duck fat. And oh,
duck
they're so
fat.
crispy on the outside and delicious and
So they fry
soft.
them in duck fat
They
instead of like, I don't know, palm oil, or I don't
yeah,
know, sunflower
it,
oil.
it allows it to get to a higher temperature and it crusts the outside nicely. Then they can drop the temperature down without breaking down the oil. So the reason for a lot of
Yeah.
people getting the really greasy fries is they don't get the fat
Oh,
hot
done
enough.
it.
Got it?
Thank goodness,
Okay,
yes.
yeah, let's get out of here.
With pleasure.
You have to get the fat hot enough to get the fries crispy. The problem is once you start heating fat, it begins to break down the molecular bonds, and it goes icky. It won't hold heat as long, and food starts to get greasy. And duck fat's gosh darned expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're not cheap fries, but they're amazing.
I mean, I won't argue with that, but yeah, nah, not my cup of tea.
And they make poutine too, but we won't go there either. We're out
No.
of there. Would anybody like to join us for something else? What the hell, Admiral? Do either one of you want to join us on the Fed side?
Sure. I'm logging
Huh.
in.
Okay.
I am logged in. Oh. Ah, yes.
So next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't think we're going to have shows next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because I'm going to help them clean out the old school and get everything into storage. Tuesday is might have something else happening Tuesday, but I will let you know about that as I get more information. And if we get everything moved on Monday, then I will be back on Wednesday. But it's
Wow.
amazing how much junk we've got. A couple of the other instructors are like, we could make this stuff just disappear from storage. Yes. Yes, we could. And the older instructors who've been there and have been through having a lack of money are like, no, we'll just hang on to it in case. No, no, give it away.
No in case.
Yeah, because we haven't touched this in the 7 years we've been in this building.
Yeah, if you
Never,
haven't touched
never.
something in a certain period of time, you'll never touch it
There you
again.
go. Yeah.
Unless you're going to throw it out. There's a rule for that. Which I'm completely not following myself, by the way.
I worked at
Stuff.
a place called Magma. It was a software company. Really good company, by the way, based out of Germany. And they would not throw things away, ever. So I would take stuff, box it up, seal it, write the date that I boxed it up, and put it into storage. If anybody ever needed it, it was labeled and it had a date on it. Great, you could go in and take it out. If nobody had touched it, I was there 7 years. If nobody touched it in 7 years, they never were going to, because by then all the information would be out of date.
Yeah.
It was out of date within 6 months most of the time. What are we doing? I just need some spacey damage.
I just need some repair hull in space.
Okay, what?
I need to destroy her frigates. 10 of them.
We are going off to do the Swarm. We are queued for Swarm. Wee woo?
Oh, my goodness,
Weevil.
that's we would fast.
Yes, it did.
Not I'm complaining, but didn't expect it to pop in this
Me
quickly.
either.
Oh, my mic's been muted this whole time. Sorry. I've been talking to I've been complaining that I can't get in. I'm going to restart my computer. I'm going to be back.
Okay, we'll be here.
Must have been muted then, because
Yeah, well, when he first came on, he said my mic was muted, so I'm wondering if, and then it was having issues with connectivity, so it's probably a connectivity issue all around.
possibly so.
Yeah, my restart did seem to have helped, though. We'll see. But anyway, I got home at midnight, let the dogs out. Since I was actually a bad person, stopped and got a hamburger on the way home from a good hamburger place.
The Herc are about to overrun this
I
planet.
keep envying the guy that does these TikToks. He's from Texas, I think, and he's driving around Texas finding small family-led
Yeah,
restaurants.
Those are the best ones.
And yeah, and there's so many ethnic ones, like
Oh yeah,
stuff from I
yeah.
don't know, African food.
Yep.
There was an Egyptian guy that serves fish and like
We have a
shrimp and stuff like
restaurant
that.
within walking distance. It's a good walk, but within walking distance of my house that features Tibetan food.
Wow,
Yeah,
Tibetan food. What is? Have you ever been there?
I have not. I have an acquaintance who's been there, and she says it's interesting because it's very much not completely vegetarian, but very vegetarian friendly. But they don't use wheat because wheat doesn't grow there very easily. So
Yeah.
the grain is
Yeah.
lentils. So the bread is made from lentils. That's the main grain that they've got. A lot of interesting. When they do meat, it tends to be goat, which fits in nicely with the
Yep.
community because the community has a fairly big not Mediterranean, Gulf Coast, the Caribbean. And there's a lot of goat eaten there, so they do well. I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan of goat. It's fine. I just don't like the texture.
What about lamb?
Lamb's delicious. I don't like
A
mutton,
lot of
but I
people
do
don't like
lamb.
lamb.
I know. It's got a distinct flavor.
I like it
I
actually.
love it. Yes.
We have a, I mean, we had, I don't know if they're still around, but when I was working right in the city center and the bank, we just had the office right next to the main street,
Mm-hmm.
and it's full of restaurants and joints and stuff like that, pubs. Most of them will have like a sitting space in like a semi-built garden outside,
Uh-huh.
right in the street. Because I told you this is the main street that doesn't have normal traffic on it. So they put those chairs, umbrellas, tables,
Yeah.
and you can actually have the entire meetup there. And there was it was called Istanbul, so it was obviously from
Mm-hmm.
that cuisine, and they had exquisite lamb. Like I always went for tortillas because they put all the vegetables and the meat and their authored sauces like garlic sauce and whatever not. It was so much different from any types of like I don't know tortilla kebab that you ever ordered like shawarma kebab, and it was completely different. Because of the texture of the meat, the taste of the meat, and the flavoring they use for the of the herbs. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
really good.
By the
I
way,
don't know if
good
they're still
morning, Cliff.
around. I have fond memories of that.
So I like, I don't know what you want to call it. It's Middle Eastern. The focus is gyros type. It's a shawarma place, but it's not a typical shawarma place. And the
Yeah.
seasonings are just, I have no idea what the seasonings are. It's like sumac. I don't know what sumac is, but it's really good. But it's not a flavor profile you find anyplace else. It's so
Mm.
delicious. Getting back to Texas, though,
Yep.
when we were down in Texas, admittedly, we were only there for a couple of days, and it wasn't there for fine cuisine. But we wound up eating at a street taco place around the corner from the hotel.
Mhm.
And dang, very much mom and pop type place.
Yeah, that's the stuff that the Sam's POV tends to visit. Mom and pop kind of restaurants where it's
Oh,
just
it
like
was good.
a couple or like just a grandpa and like his grandchildren are like serving and he's
Yeah.
just sitting in the kitchen doing his shtick, you know? It's so fascinating to see. Like he's literally just. I think he has like smart glasses of sorts, so he's recording it with them, so it looks like it's not like overhead because it's too high. It looks like from like if you were in that POV, seeing him eat it. But like he shows every bite before he actually gets into it, so you can actually see the texture, the look of the food. Some of it, like I remember one of the one was somewhere from Africa. I don't want to lie that it make up a country, but it was like one of the like African countries that they eat with their hands because that's
Hmm.
how they function. That's how they like it, and that's how they learn to eat it. And
Yeah.
he tends to respect that their way of eating. So he always asks, "How do you eat that?" And they show him, or like they instruct him. And some of them like you have this flat bread kind of thing, but that kind of tears
Yep.
like a cloth. It's
Hmm.
kind of spongy in a way,
Yep. Yep.
and like you gather a bite into it and like
Yeah.
it looks so fascinating. I'm like, I want to try, but we don't have that kind of stuff here.
I know with some
It's
countries like in
making me crave.
Morocco, that's very common. You
Yeah,
tear off a
yep, yep,
piece of
yep.
bread and you use it to scoop up bits and bites.
It, some of their servings is like the bottom of the plate is covered with that. I don't know. It's not bread. It's not tortilla
But it's like a bread, right?
cake. It is like a bread. It's just it has this
Get over there.
like if you rip it apart inside it doesn't have layers. It's just like like it looks like a sponge, and you tear off a piece, and the food is on it. So you just literally tear from underneath the food. You gather it up and you eat it. It looks so fascinating. You know, when you taught like eating with your fork and knife, like all your life, and you see that it looks kind of fun. You want to try it out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
oh, why don't we
absolutely.
have that kind of stuff? I know there was a restaurant that tried to do African stuff. They wanted to have like insects,
Oh, no.
so you can actually could actually try insects and stuff, but our sanitation services kind of had an issue with that, so they couldn't have like full meals with that because there was no regulations of how to keep that kind of
Weirdly
meat
enough, you can
sources.
get sources for insects here that are FDA approved. Oh, whatever it is, I don't think it's FDA, but
Here
yeah,
it's not as easy.
they went through the process of making sure that they could do it.
They wanted to, but the sanitary services, yeah, you can serve this like peanuts in a cup, but you can't and it's not something you can order. It's just gonna be given as a snack, but
Mhm.
you can't give it as a piece of the meal in the menu because we don't have any regulations against that. And instead of like writing a regulation, they just decided to prevent them from having it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bummer. 'Cause you really want to try, but it's like, nah, not
That's
gonna.
okay. I really don't want to try that. Thank you.
I mean, I don't care about insect, but they had other stuff that they also had issues with. So, it's like, oh, meh. Oh well. Now I got myself hungry. Which reminds me, I have a bank holiday tomorrow. I have to do some grocery shopping.
Well,
I mean, I don't because I work
well,
tomorrow,
tomorrow's
but
Friday. Right. I'm thinking tomorrow's Wednesday or something. I don't know what my brain's doing.
Wednesday was yesterday.
Yeah, we have a long weekend over here too.
Oh, nice.
It's a holiday, 1st of May.
Yeah, it's a Labor Day everywhere.
Oh, sure.
In like
Yeah.
middle of the Europe and European countries.
That makes some
Central
sense.
Europe anyway.
Our Labor
We have
Day
a
is in September. Good morning,
May
old
of-
man.
May 3rd is another bank holiday, but it's like I think we were having like the first constitution in Europe, second in the world, in 1793, and we're celebrating that still. It's
Nice.
like,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Any excuse for celebration.
I mean, it comes out of Sunday this year, so no one's happy about it because like it's not coming off on a normal day, so it would have been a bank holiday anyway.
So here, if we have a national holiday that pops up on a Saturday, technically you get to take it off on Friday. If it
On
pops up on a
Saturday,
Sunday,
yes.
you get it on a Monday.
If it's on a Saturday, you get it out on another day
Right.
with your own choosing. But
Oh,
it's
no.
on Sunday and Saturday this year is normal Saturday, so
No,
people
I
are
don't
bummed
know.
out that
This is every place, but
calendar
ours
screwed
is
us up.
you get the day before if it's Saturday, you get the day after if it's Sunday.
Ah, okay. We actually get to choose, but it has to be within the month or 3 months between the happening, the occurrence of the holiday.
Yeah, I don't think ours was something we decided on. It was just kind of implemented.
Well, like many things in your country.
Yep. Well, you get 50 states, so every state kind of does its thing. You can do your thing as long as it doesn't conflict with the Fed thing. Fed thing rules over everything else.
It's
And
funny because most countries are divided into like lands, like say countries or whatever.
Yep.
But every country has them differently organized. Some of them function like little countries. Some of them function just like districts, but they still fall under the main government. So it's fascinating how that got shaped over the years between countries and whatnot.
well, so you kind of have to appreciate that the United States are that. They started out as 13 separate states that were not hooked together, and they decided to kind of band up and go, hey, strength in numbers. We'll team up for this one. And then as other states came around, they didn't necessarily become part of the states until they'd been around for a while. So it's not like we had all the land and we just subdivided it into states. Kind of worked the other way around. Yeah, we're a state. Do you want to join us? Okay. Think of Federation. Much more like the Federation. You get the planets coming in.
Oh no, now we need to invent some science fiction franchise where the Federation is actually a thing.
What a thought, yeah. Who would have thought of that one? May 1st is the
Yeah,
day for workers, and guess what? It originated in the U.S. in 1886 and it got adopted to the whole world. And the U.S. changed it to Labor Day in September. Wow. I thought Labor Day actually came out of Europe, so I am now somewhat more educated than I was a few minutes ago.
That's everyone.
Did you get your Herc frigates, by the way?
Yes.
I would have been very disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah.
That would require some extra effort, I think.
Not to do it, like you have
Yeah.
to very
don't-
hard AFK.
I don't know how you could have.
I
'Cause you're
still
in the
think
team.
team kills would still do it for you.
Yeah, team kills will.
Yeah. The entire team goes AFK.
We'll get penalty. That's a good plan.
Old
Or
man
we
room
just
is
kill the Ravager things. Those are not frigates.
no, those are not frigates. Only the swarmers or frigates or whatever they're called. Herc frigates or frigates.
Idiots.
Old man Rune says, I'm somewhat of a history buff. I'm curious, do you have a particular part of history that you find fascinating? There's certain bits and pieces I really enjoy. Oh, okay. So give me pre-Elizabethan England. I like that. But there's so much just to get that little amount of space into my brain and understand it in detail is overwhelming sometimes. Who has joined us? It's a Taz.
I was left.
Good morning.
I'm a
So-
bit of a history buff as well.
I'm a selective history buff, so I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say anything.
selective. I'll go with that one. I am a selective history buff. So to tell you how tired I was last night, I did not make my coffee in advance. And I got
Even with my perfectly workable
Oh
plan.
yeah, no, I got in and it's just like let dogs out, go lie down. Ugh.
And that was the end of
That
it.
was it. Yeah, I actually still had my clothes on, and I woke up at like 3 this morning. Went, I still have my uniform on. I'm okay. Kind of just shrugged out of it and got back under the covers for a while.
Nice.
No, it's not nice because we
Sorry.
moved out some
Someone's
of the
ringing my
furniture
door.
after class. Oh, go to your door. We moved out some of the furniture after class, and after being in the same place for 7 years, it was dusty, so my black uniform is now gray. Let's see, it's kind of had no choice thing because back in the old country where I'm from, we had to learn the history of the entire world. So I knew stuff when I was 6, 7 years old that other countries teach a lot later. Skalabar. Skalabar, hello there. Hi, how are you doing? History in U.S. schools, I'm going to say probably starts history light around 2nd grade, so in the same age range, but it's history light. Mostly, general information about the U.S. And of course, at that point, we're taught that Christopher Columbus discovered everything. And then you kind of unlearn that as you go a little bit further and you get more information. And they kind of unteach you the early stuff and teach you more refined stuff. And that's kind of the process as it goes through. In about 8th grade, and I don't know if this person is still out there, Mr. Zareb, if you are out there, I hated you in 8th grade, but to this day, I remember stuff that he taught me for American social studies, which was history and government. Dang, that was a good teacher.
Be right back. I need to go to the toilet.
Of course. Yeah, some get stuck in that first knowledge. This is so true because, can't fix
My
stupid sometimes.
3 lessons in school being weirdly US-centric.
That's weird.
Somewhat.
That's weird.
I'm here, by the way.
Yeah, what happened in 1862? It's big year.
1862, all I can think of is Abraham Lincoln, maybe?
Probably something.
Yeah.
The Meiji Restoration in Japan, where they kicked
that's
over, the old empire, so to speak, and opened themselves up to the West.
That is so interesting. The little bit I know about Japanese history is between my son and James Clavel, the guy who wrote Shogun.
Yeah.
He got me interested enough in certain periods of Japanese history that were fascinating. Cliff says he made it so awful you can't help but remember. No, he was such a good teacher because he explained things. And without going into too much horrible detail, there is a thing here called sovereign citizen where people say, I don't need to have a driver's license because I'm not driving, I'm traveling. And in America, you have a right to travel. It's a constitutional right. It doesn't mean you have a right to drive a car. It means you have a right to go from here to there without getting permission of the landowner. So, in other words, nobody owns you. But back in England at that time, you were required to get the permission of the person who owned the land you lived on before you moved or left. You couldn't do it without permission. That was a crime. And it was one thing that was written into the Constitution from the get-go, is that you could just up your little butt and go someplace else without getting anybody's permission. Doesn't mean you can do it in a car. And thank you, Mr. Zerb. I understand the whole history of why it became a constitutional right in the U.S., and it's not to drive a car. And he was a really good teacher. He explained this doesn't mean to get to drive a car or fly a plane. You need to get your licenses. You have to follow state and federal laws. So I don't know if you're still there. He's probably long dead. I mean, he had to be in his 40s, and I was in my teen years, 13-ish. So he's probably not around anymore. But if you are, I also had a monstrously good math teacher, Robert Anderson. I remember you to this day, Mr. Anderson. He was like the guy from Project Hail Mary in terms of just making math class fun. And I had him for 2 years, and then I got into a math class, which was, ugh. Skalabar says, I'm sort of new to Stowe. Well, welcome aboard. And was wondering, what's the best way to make a cannon build? Cannon builds, to make them good, I want to say that Grumpy used to have some good cannon builds. Still alive? No, Cliff, I liked school. Let's take a peek here at Stowe Better. Okay, I'm going to give you a link to something called Stowe Better. Because if you go in there, they have a great explanation for doing anything of different builds. They've got it by ship, they've got it by ground. But once you get in there, you can just Google like cannon builds. So unfortunately, when they put it down by builds, they put it down by their players. I'm seeing if there's a good cannon. Yeah, so ooh, that might be a good one. Let's see if this has got all the details you want in there. No, that's got a lot of beams in it too. But Stowe Better is probably my go-to. And oops, let's make this go here. So to do, I don't have a cannon build on this tune. Do I have a cannon build on anybody? I'm going to leave the party here for a sec. So it's not just a matter of cannon builds. You want everything that supports your cannon builds. And you
It's
really
also
kinda,
good to focus on a singular power type. So like only phasers, only disruptors, or whatever you like. And get all the weapons in that type, maximize their power output. And like Exisimer said, with every console trait, space trait, to focus on boosting power consumption, and power output on that specific damage type.
So the first thing I do is make sure that everything on my skills supports it.
Greetings. This is Hugh.
So
Director of
the first thing you want to look
Cooperative
is to make sure
War
that your skill
Information
tree.
Project.
Hugh, I appreciate you, but I'm going to make it quiet out. And there are specific skill trees that will help support a cannon build over, let's say, a beam build. After that, obviously your ship. For me, the ship that you've got for oh, this is set up for beams at the moment. For cannons, because you're going to fire basically in a much narrower arc, you do want something that's more maneuverable, in my opinion, pretty fast. And you can give up a little bit of hull and armor to help with the build. Then the next thing you want to make sure is that you've got whatever cannons you like. Turrets in the back, same concept. And then you want your consoles to support either the cannon or the energy type that you're using, or combination, but stick with one energy type. Zatvash is my personal favorite. And I'd say if you have those three as your basics, the skill tree, decent weapons of the same type, and then make sure that your console support, you've got a good start on it. Is a cannon build better than a beam build? If you like cannons, it's better. I like having, like the quad cannons, or dual heavies. But not every ship supports everything. So you need to make sure your ship will support it. Who's running the Zatvash? I thought this was my Zatvash. If your ship is big and heavy and doesn't move fast, it's going to be hard to get into position to fire. So I go for a faster, more nimble ship, give up a little bit of armor to get a little bit more maneuverability and firepower. Is it harder to fly? It is harder to fly as you have more enemies in front of you, but can do more damage. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the first time I went with a cannon build, and I basically just got cannons, stuck them in the front, and got a few cannon consoles in the back. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of pew-pew that happens. But when you look at the consoles, a lot of times, I'm just going to grab one here at random. It's the things that go along with it that make it work. So this supports, for example, this isn't what I want to do, but let's say you've got a console here that supports cannon firing, or supports a cooldown, or supports your energy type. So everything has to kind of feed together. But if you start out with just good cannons, good consoles, and a decent ship, make sure your skill tree works, and then keep going from there. So one thing here, and we can argue about this, is when you've got, let's say, a tactical console or isomags, you've got the choice to either support your energy type or support cannons. Anybody got a preference in that one? Exismer, if he's just coming back to the game, he probably doesn't have Fleet Power Network or an Uncon build yet. But if you can get the Fractured Tunnel thingy, that's nice for movement.
Well, technically, it would be better to use a beam or cannon console, because there's this trait called Twinkling Lights.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not going to have that
Because
until
he's just
the
coming
next
back to
winter
the game.
event.
Right. Yeah.
So it'd be better to have one energy type and get a console that says Phaser or Disruptor. Or what.
Skalabar says,
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of stuff people currently have because I've only been playing for a month or so. Right. So you really don't have a lot of stuff. So the first thing I would say is find a ship that makes you happy. Ships are really important. You don't have a lot of freebie ships. Are you doing the current event?
I'm gonna have to scram. Got a meeting with my boss
Okay,
in
go
a
with your
minute.
meeting. I will talk to you later, Kris. Have a wonderful day. And thanks for being
Yeah,
here.
you too.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So the one thing I will tell you is, okay, you got the event ship. So the event ship is, I haven't actually opened it because, that's not the way I roll. Don't ask, I'm really bad.
You can do a fire at will build on it. You could also do surgical strikes, but that is a bit advanced, I suppose.
So that's a what? 5.3?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn rate's 8, not fabulous, but not horrible. Actually, if you've got it, I would say, try playing with that one. Have you done your skill tree yet? Because if you're only at 1 month in, do you have sufficient to be doing your skill tree yet?
I do like the big ships for beginners, because you can just lazily drift in circles with your beam banks and your beam arrays. and microwave enemies while you keep your ship alive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Once you're more advanced, you might get a bit bored with your slowly trundling tub
Yeah, that's
and
extremely true.
seeks for something. Yeah, seek for something more nimble.
The thing I always need to remember is that when I came into the game, I was really a gaming noob. A lot of people come into the game and have a lot more knowledge than I ever will. Nothing wrong with copying somebody else's treat. I do it all the time. It's one reason I like that Stow Better site is a lot of times they'll post the tree that they're using for a specific build. So if you need to go in and change it, you can. By the way, you can get retraining tokens out of the reputation. So once you get up to level 6, one of the things you can buy are retraining tokens. I think I've already done all of mine. Just get them out of the way. And that lets you redo your skill tree pretty easily. What level are you at the moment? I'm level 4. Okay. Oh, level 4 with Discovery. That's pretty good. Yeah, the other thing is, hang on, let me check here. Star Trek Online has a Discord channel that has got things about builds. You might want to take a look at that. I don't know if I can invite you to it. I think you can just jump into Discord and pick up the Star Trek Online Discord. It has picked up from what used to be the what did they have it? They had a forum in ARC. And there's one section that's just on builds. Just bear in mind that people will be in here and they will give you tons and tons and tons of advice. Somebody else you might want to check out is Stu1701. He's a nice person. And he does some very good builds, but he is not patronizing and he respects people being at different levels. And the other one, all right, old man, go have a good one. Okay, so you're level 65. Yay, wow, that's pretty good for a month. Congratulations. And the other one is Wolf Grey, Wulfegrey. Wolf Grey has some great builds. And again, I think they're all in Discord. In our Discord, we do have one for player builds called Ship Build Off, where you can post your build, but you can also post questions and problems. Let's see. Oops, that's the wrong button, Mom. Ever have one of those days when nothing wants to work right? Wow, nothing likes me today. How fun is that? Let's go over here then. That might give me what I want. There we go. Thank you. And then this is our Discord here. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Ooh, that's me. I can hear myself. I don't want to do that. There you go. And as I said, you can post questions and people can help you out. And if anybody gets didactic or rude to you here, let me know, because I don't like that. Though generally they're pretty nice. It is magic time. I need to go and actually go back to bed because I'll need to get a few more hours sleep, and we'll be working on our intro series today because, you know, I have nothing else to do in my life right now. So let's go find somebody to raid. Assuming somebody's on here. Let's see. Alt Lexington is on. We might go raid him. Let's see if anybody else is out there. We have Great Cornholio and Alt Lexington. Let's go raid Alt Lexington. So Alt Lexington, very good guy to follow. Lots of good advice there. Skalabar, if you want to ask questions of him, he and his team tend to be amazing. So I would definitely give them a listen. So on behalf of everybody here at the Dark Mom Consortium and Moopsy in the Morning, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in a couple hours. And as they like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Who are you? We are the knights who say...
Moopsy.
And we are raiding Alt Lexington. I'm going to jump back over there.
Oh, I got back too late.
Welcome back. Yeah, I just switched over raiding somebody else. Oh, let me turn that off there. Hang on one second.